Hey guys, welcome to the video, and today I'm going to be showing you the best enchantments you can get on different tools in Minecraft. Now, I already did a video on this, but it wasn't for the tools, it was more for armor, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave it in the description, and it's on the screen right now. Now, I'm not talking about, like, fishing rod, shield, shears, that kind of stuff. I'm talking about a sword, an axe, a pickaxe, a hoe, a shovel, those kind of things. And yeah, before we get started, if you could subscribe, it helps a ton, and it would mean the world to me. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Now, as you may remember, this is where we made the armor and then tested it, but I made it upstairs, and this is where we're going to do the tools. So, as you can see, all of these things are netherite, so for it to truly be the best, the best sword in Minecraft, or the best shovel in Minecraft, that kind of thing, it has to be netherite, because netherite is the strongest material in Minecraft. So, in order for it to truly be the strongest, you need it to be netherite. Now, if you're just going for the best enchantments in general, it can be like diamond. It can even be wood if you want it to, but it won't be the best unless it is netherite. So we can start off with the sword. So, the sword has a little bit different enchantments because it's not as much a tool, it's more a weapon, but I included it in here because I consider these 5 things kind of more or less tools. So starting off on the sword, we have, now I combined the Unbreaking 3 and Mending because it looks better along here, but you're going to want on all of these tools, as you can see, we have both Mending and Unbreaking 3. Mending makes it so when you take in XP, it heals the tool, so it's very hard for it to break, and Unbreaking 3 just makes it even harder to actually break. So I just combined those. There's no reason. You don't have to do that. You can just add them on separately. But I did this just so it looked better in the line. And then the next one we have is Fire Aspect 2. Sets things on fire when you hit it. Looting 3 just gets you better drops and, more likelihood of getting a drop. Sharpness V, it just makes the sword stronger and take more damage. And then Sweeping Edge just makes it so, it's pretty much how it seems. It just makes you hit a larger range of mobs. So, if we just go ahead and go and combine these. Now, first of all, if you want to name the sword, do it before you add anything onto it, because once you add everything onto it, it makes it extremely hard to actually add anything else because it's already so overpowered. So we can just go ahead and name it Sword. Boom. Okay. So, one by one, you can just add them on. Usually you want to do the stronger ones first, so I always start with Sharpness V, because that takes the most XP, but I'm in Creative, so it doesn't matter. But if you are in Survival, do this. So then I would add Sweeping Edge 3, then we can go ahead and add Looting 3, then Fire Aspect 2, and then the Unbreaking and Mending. Again, you can add Unbreaking 3, and then Mending. You don't have to combine them first, I just did that so it looked better. And yeah, right here, we have the most powerful sword you can get in Minecraft. Now this does 11 attack damage and 1.6 attack speed. Now, I say most, I say the best sword you can get in Minecraft, I just mean without mods or anything like that. Because obviously with mods it would be, you could make a stronger one. But, so let's just go ahead and test this out real quick. So, we could probably kill it in 2. Okay, so next up is the shovel. So if we just go in here, let's check that out. I don't have them in order, but so obviously for starting off, we have Unbreaking 3 and Unbreaking 3 and Mending, basically what you're gonna need at least on all of these tools. And yeah, so we have those two. I already explained what they do. Next one we can do is Efficiency V, which basically makes it break faster. I know from experience, it breaks so fast, it's somewhat annoying because you just want to break one block and it breaks like 5, but it's good for really big landscapes. It works so well. Now this is where it gets a little more complicated. Now, so for it to truly be the best, I would put Fortune 3 on it because I think Fortune 3 is better. But if you don't want Fortune 3, I would put Silk Touch. Now the thing is, you cannot have both. So if you break something with Silk Touch, if you break a piece of gravel with Silk Touch, it's going to give you the gravel. It's not going to give you flint. But if you really want the flint, having Fortune 3 is going to make it way more likely to get that. So, I'm going to add Fortune 3 because I personally think that's better, but if you want to switch out Silk Touch with Fortune 3, that's totally up to you. It's really depending on what you want for the shovel. If you want it to be get a bunch of, grass blocks instead of dirt, then you're going to want Silk Touch, but if you're just using it for general stuff, I would just get the Fortune 3. So we're going to start off and adding the Efficiency V because that's the most powerful. Again, if you want to name it now, because if you name it later, it might be a ton of XP, or you can't even name it. So, efficiency V, then we're going to add the fortune 3, then the mending, and then the unbreaking 3. And yeah, this right here is our best shovel that we can possibly get. Next up is the netherite pickaxe. So we have mending, unbreaking 3, as always. Then we have the same things as last time. So, again, you can either get silk touch or fortune 3. Now, what I would do is on most of my worlds, I have both a silk touch pickaxe and a fortune 3 pickaxe, but I would go with fortune 3. The silk touch is only if you really are trying to use it for something else. If you're mining with it, then get fortune 3, or general stuff, get fortune 3. But if you want it to get like stone, specifically get silk touch, that might be a better option. But again, it's really up to you guys, but you cannot have both. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this. So I did not mention it, but we do have efficiency V. Again, just makes it mine faster, so we're going to start with that. And yeah, the netherite pickaxe is actually pretty simple, but as you can see, if we try to add the silk touch with the fortune 3, it does not work. And yeah, there's our best pickaxe that we can have. It's actually a pretty simple enchantment, but it's a very nice pickaxe. Okay, so for the axe, we're going to start off with just doing the mending. Usually I'd go backwards, but we're going to do the mending, unbreaking 3. As always, we have mending and unbreaking 3. And for mining and like getting wood and logs and anything you can mine with an axe, I would get efficiency V. But if you want it more for sharpness and fighting and PvP and stuff, then I would get sharpness V because that makes it super nice. But as you can see, if we do that, you can have both, unlike the silk touch, thing where you cannot have both. And on this one, since there is no like fortune 3 or anything, you can have silk touch. Now, this is truly optional, but for it to be the best, I would consider putting silk touch on it because I think that makes it better. But the only thing you need for silk touch on an axe is like breaking melons. And so they don't drop melons. And they just drop the melon block. So again, that's truly optional, but yeah, that's the best axe you can have in Minecraft, and it's the best PvP axe you can have in Minecraft as well, because it has sharpness V. Now, if you don't want to PvP with it, don't get sharpness V, you don't need it. But if you do, but you can have both, so like, why not, unless you aren't able to get your hands on a sharpness V, and vice versa. If you're using it for PvP, don't get efficiency V, unless you want both. And finally, we have the netherite hoe. So we have the mending, unbreaking 3, fortune 3. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not actually quite sure what this does on a hoe, but, I mean, it makes it stronger. And then we have efficiency V, and our final silk touch dilemma, since we have fortune 3, we cannot use silk touch on this unless you want one or the other. So, you can use silk touch, or you can use fortune 3. I'm going to stick with fortune 3, but again, you can always switch these 3 out for fortune 3 on these kind of things. And there you go, guys. That is literally the best tools you can have in Minecraft. Now, on 1.16.5, they could change something, and you could be watching this like 3 years later when maybe there's a new ore or something. But, if we just go ahead and look, this is the final, like, overview. This is what they are. I will, they were on the screen when I was showing them, so you should be able to get them all down. But some of them are simple, and, like, the sword is a little more complicated. But these tools are so nice. And yeah, guys, that's it. Those are the best enchantments that you can get on tools in Minecraft 1.16.5. Now, like I said, this can change later, so if you're watching this like 3 years later, do not blame me if I get this wrong. But currently, this is the best tools you can get in Minecraft. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the video, as well as subscribe. Go check out my merch at teespring.com/store/fisher19. It is in the description. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!